welcome back to today's last video, adding the joints for the tail and attaching them with the follicles, I think. Let's have a look. Okay, in the previous one, we added the follicles to the nerves plane, yeah? Right? See our tail ribbon there on the left in the outliner? That's what we did in the last video. And what are we doing now? Thinking again, I guess. Let's move this one here for now. And move it down here. So it's still in the way. Okay. Wireframe. So I'm thinking where to place my joints now. That's what I'm thinking. Single joints. No, not single ones. I think I didn't do single ones. I did normal ones. Let's see. Come on. Yeah, it needs to be part from the skeleton, doesn't it? From the spine. Snap. Snap tool on. Joints. Activate it on the spine one. And let's keep drawing. So on each follicle, I need every joint to be on the follicle, because we are going to attach the joints to the follicles, I think. So we need to rename them now. A lot of joints to rename. That's one of the things which is a little bit time consuming, isn't it? Renaming things. Let's expand the outliner a bit so we can see what we're renaming. There's the follicles. So each joint I will need to move in the corresponding follicle. Come on. Okay. So the whole chain goes in this one, and then we're going to start moving one by one in the group of the follicles. No, I had to try. Yeah, I was thinking with the parent constraint and that it should work. And that's what I'm doing actually. I'm parenting each one to each follicle. It might have worked if I moved the joint to the follicle, and this way it parents it as well. But I chose to do it from the constraint to parent it, not to group it, but parent it. So I'm choosing each follicle, and that was very confusing. So I had to make sure that each joint is in the correct, is parented to the correct follicle. And there we are. You see, we parent it one by one, and then it goes in its place. Select the follicle. The correct follicle, you can see in the screen which follicle we're selecting. Then select the joint, constraint, parent. follicle, corresponding joint to it, constrain parent. Follicle, joint, shift select the joint, the right joint, constrain parent, follicle, joint, constrain parent. I really had to pay attention here. To make sure that's parented. Yeah, you need to go for joint then. Yeah, that's right. Follicle, corresponding shift select, corresponding joint. In my case was joint 11. Follicle, shift select, joint, constrain parent, follicle. It's repetitive. Sometimes it's so repetitive that I do make mistakes sometimes. It's the same with when I'm doing the textures, when I'm linking, when I have PBR textures from Substance Painter to link them into the shader for Arnold. And it's sometimes and especially if it is like a lot of models that you're doing at the same time, and it's so repetitive that sometimes you're just like clicking and clicking and you're thinking, well, what am I doing? What am I touching? Yeah, that happened to me 2 days ago when I was doing the textures for Maximus. So little details there, especially in his accessories and stuff. It was so repetitive. Few more to go, 3 to be exact. That's good. When you do things like this, so repetitive, and when you get to the end, you're like, yes, finally linked them. And it's lucky that it's working. Sometimes it's pure luck, to be honest. Okay, so we've linked them all. What's gonna happen when we lift that NURBS plane? Okay, center pivot. Yeah, I need to move it on the keyboard. Move it and locate it at the end where the tail starts, because afterwards we're gonna use pen deformer. There we are. Okay, so we've attached our joints to the follicles, and tomorrow we will start on the rig, on all of the controls and everything. I hope you enjoyed all of today's videos, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching and for being so patient. Have a nice evening.